Jason and Katie are a couple who live full-time in an RV, traveling across North America while filming their adventures and sharing them on their YouTube channel. Their videos are full of adventure, and you get to learn a lot about their lifestyle and see all the places they visit. But in this particular video, everything took a turn for the worse. The video starts with them setting up camp near Lake Mojave, excited to spend a few days boondocking in what looked like an absolutely stunning spot. Unfortunately, that excitement didn't last very long.
I mean, this place is awesome. I can't believe we can boondock here for 2 weeks for free. It's awesome. That's it. Gosh, what else do I have to do?
Well, I plugged in your laptop for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
Should we
have
give
to do some inside office work.
just an update? We did email Grand Design our latest findings.
Basically, they email back and say, get some quotes, and they'll review it, and hopefully we'll get some movement. So that should be fun.
As awesome as this place actually was, things started happening that made them feel increasingly uncomfortable. First, they ran into some unexpected issues with their truck, and they couldn't get a mechanic out there to help them. Then they began having several strange encounters with some of the people around them. With that growing feeling of unease, they started thinking that maybe staying there wasn't such a good idea after all. So, they decided to pack up and move their camp somewhere else, to a place where they had camped before.
We're back in the Mojave Valley, and I got a project to do today. We're actually got pretty lucky. We've gotten into our spot that we were in last year when we were here and we visited Oatman. So we got the pretty cool views of this wash and the mountains, of course, pretty much all the way around us. But it's hot. It's super hot. It's supposed to get into the mid to high 30s, even hit like 41, which I think is over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And our fridge, when you're boondocking, is struggling. The fans are constantly running to try to keep the cooling unit cool. Behind my fridge, I only have one plug. Why wouldn't they put a plug with 2 receptacles in it? But now I gotta go on the hunt.
When they got there, they noticed a truck parked very close to where they wanted to camp, so the couple decided to park a little farther away so they wouldn't disturb whoever was inside. It was strange that they couldn't see any activity around the truck, but they didn't think too much of it at the time. 2 days passed, and they spent their time doing some fun activities and working on their RV, trying to get back to normal after that weird feeling they had at the previous campsite. They went SXS riding and explored the area, enjoying their time without thinking too much about the strange truck nearby. Coming back from their little adventure, Jason decided to explore the area around their RV on foot. But while walking around, he came across something that left both of them completely disturbed.
And I wanted to get out and check out the area a bit more, and then I came across something that just didn't look right. And at first, I really didn't know what I was looking at. But the longer I stood there and focused, the more it clicked in. I didn't get too close. I just kind of turned around, went back to the rig right away. And then I grabbed Kate and brought her back out with me because I really didn't believe what I was seeing.
Oh my God.
We were going to do a wellness check a day ago because this truck and camper is here. And he's over on the bank, face down. I don't even remember where I saw it.
Oh.
I've never seen a dead body before. And it kind of spooked me. I didn't know what to do, so I'm going to call 911, I guess.
Okay, well, yeah, let's go back to the rig and call 911. Let's do it where there's no wind and you can hear it.
This is uneasy.
Well, we were worried like 2 days ago when we got here because
yeah, well, not that we were worried, but because we just never thought anything of it. And then I was just going for a walk and I ran up on it, or walked up on it, I should say, and it's a real shame.
After seeing what they had found, they quickly called the police to report the disturbing discovery.
I'm gonna call 911.
yeah.
911 emergency. What are you reporting?
I just walked up on a dead body.
Are you for sure he's deceased?
Oh yeah, I'm for sure. He's
Okay.
laying on the ground face down. I was just out for a walk.
Debrief of what the sheriff said?
Well, basically took our information and he said there was no foul play. He actually wanted to see my shoes that I was walking in, which obviously if there was footprints around there, but we weren't even close to the body. You can't script this, honest to God. It was
Not what we want to see out
not
of the
what we
RV
want to see.
community.
I feel personally a little bad because when we got here, the vehicle was here 3 days ago. I mean,
We thought it was abandoned.
we just thought it was abandoned, or he just dropped it there and he was going to come back just to secure the campsite, like I've probably said before.
The sheriff who arrived at the scene said the body belonged to an elderly man, and there didn't appear to be any obvious signs of foul play. The sheriff believed he may have fallen or possibly suffered a heart attack. Since he was living alone, he could have remained there for days before anyone noticed. In the end, the couple followed up with the sheriff's office about the case, but the reports were inconclusive. I couldn't find any confirmed cause of death, but what is clear is that the man had been there for several days before Jason discovered him. The couple were understandably left shaken and heartbroken. It's crazy to think that they had felt like they needed to leave their previous campsite, almost as if they were somehow meant to end up at this location and find this man. If it wasn't for them, he might have remained there for weeks, or even longer before someone eventually discovered him, especially considering how remote the area was. This is also a reminder that sometimes it's worth checking on the people around you when you notice that something doesn't seem right. If someone hasn't been around for a while, it might feel awkward to check in, but you can always simply say that you wanted to make sure they were okay. Chances are they'll understand. Rest in peace to that man. The next video comes from a page called Manchester Enduro, run by a guy who posts motorcycle videos where he loves climbing hills, riding through rivers, and occasionally having some epic fails. He's constantly out riding with his fellow motorbiker friends, and his videos are usually really fun to watch and feel very genuine, especially because of the interactions they have with people along the way. But in this particular video, that wasn't the case. He was once again out with his friends in Manchester, UK, riding some great trails when, completely unexpectedly, things took a turn for the worse. They were riding along the trail with no one in sight, no people, no children, or anything that would suggest they were disturbing anyone with their bikes. But all of a sudden, a man appeared right in front of them with an idea that probably wasn't the greatest.
You prick! Crusher! You hit the crusher! You fucking prick! Fucking prick! Fucking prick! Look, it'll kill you!
The uploader then got off his bike and calmly approached the man to talk about what had happened, even politely giving him a handshake. Yup, that's actually what he did. The man had literally thrown a brick at the bikers for no clear reason, causing the uploader to fall while trying to dodge it. A brick hitting someone in the head at that speed could have caused devastating injuries or even killed him. I understand that maybe the man was working in the area and didn't appreciate the sound of dirt bikes, but that's definitely not a reason to put someone's life in danger. There weren't even any houses close to where this happened, so it's hard to understand what justified such an extreme reaction. I don't know what happened afterward or whether they reported it to the police, but something like this should absolutely be reported immediately. Throwing a brick at someone like that could have had fatal consequences, and to me, that's an incredibly serious thing to do. Leon is a guy who posts videos from his life, not really in a vlog-style way, but more as a way of recording cool or interesting things he's doing and uploading them to YouTube so we can keep those memories safe and never lose them. His channel has all kinds of videos, from cooking something on the grill and doing chores around the house to simply driving around. This time, he was once again recording a random video while out in the woods, riding along the edge of a railroad and having some fun. Eventually, he noticed a trail opening up and decided to follow it.
Aha! Ha 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 ha. Very cool. Watch out for this gravel, man.
He continued riding along the trail, not knowing where it would eventually lead him. But as he kept driving, something suddenly happened that made him genuinely think he might lose his life out there.
I would dare say there are wild turkeys somewhere around here. Whoa! Whoa! Don't shoot! Huh? Huh? Oh, I was just riding. Okay, I'll get out right now. Okay, all right. Is this your private property? Okay, I'm leaving.
It was actually not private property, and Leon said the man continued refusing to identify himself. According to Leon, he later discovered that the property didn't belong to the man at all, and he was sitting in a handmade deer stand that had been nailed into a tree, which would also be illegal. The man wasn't wearing any blaze orange and even fired a shot toward Leon. Leon believed he was dealing with a poacher who had been caught doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing and then reacted by shooting at him. He also said the man pointed the gun at him 3 separate times, threatening him and telling him to leave, even though there didn't seem to be any justification for it. The man was probably angry that Leon's ATV had scared away any deer that might have been nearby, but that still doesn't give anyone the right to point a firearm at another person or fire in their direction. After apologizing several times, Leon started his ATV and left the area. Still, he was understandably left extremely unsettled. I mean, we'd all feel the same way after having a gun pointed at us multiple times. This guy, named Tizny, is from Russia and loves venturing deep into the taiga forest, where he visits different huts. Some were built by him, while others were made by people who lived or traveled there before him. He often spends the night in these remote cabins, cooking, working on different projects, and surviving some incredibly cold temperatures. In this video, he was doing exactly that. He traveled to a hut he had built in the past and decided to spend the night there with his dog Altai. But this would end up becoming one of the scariest experiences he had ever faced in the forest.
Привет, ребята. Опять, короче, объявился домушник. Вверху по реке 3 избы разбомбил. И вниз по реке тоже одну избу разбомбил. Мою не тронул. Подозреваю, что как раз в это время мы находились с женой в избе. Ездили с ночевкой. Ну, ночевку-то мы не планировали. Просто так получилось, что Алтай ушел за лосями. И ждали его здесь сутки.
He continued doing some work around the hut while the sun slowly disappeared below the horizon. As it became completely dark outside, they eventually went to sleep, with Altai apparently sleeping underneath the table. But while they were both asleep, an unexpected visitor arrived, and it wasn't exactly a friendly one. Take a look.
Короче, ребята, я немножко в шоке нахожусь. Пролит чай, разбито стекло. Короче, ребята, я уже сплю. Вдруг слышу шум. Бьется стекло. Я, короче, спросоня. Понять еще ничего не могу. Потом осознаю, короче, что в избу лезет медведь в окно. Лапа, короче, понимаете, я глаза, когда открываю, вот здесь лапа шарит. Так, даже голова еще хреново соображает. Непонятно вообще как. Почему чай пролит был?
He said he wasn't planning on sleeping deeply, but unfortunately, he did. In the middle of the night, a bear approached the hut, probably attracted by the smell of food, and broke through the window to get inside. The uploader said that when he opened his eyes, he saw a black paw reaching through the broken window, only a few centimeters away from him. At first, he didn't even understand what was happening. He was still half asleep and couldn't immediately remember where his flashlight or gun was. He was so disoriented that his first reaction was simply to shout. He yelled at the bear, but it didn't immediately retreat. After he shouted again, the bear pulled its paw back and ran off into the darkness. He eventually managed to find his flashlight and gun, but it took him surprisingly long because he was disoriented from sleep, adrenaline, and the shock of what was happening. He initially believed this was partly his own mistake. He thought that if the dog had been outside on a tether, Altai might have detected the bear earlier, barked, and given him those precious extra seconds to wake up, find his flashlight and gun, and understand what was happening. So, after the bear left, he put his dog outside and began cleaning up the mess it had made. But while he was doing that, something happened again.
Ребята, это все надо с трезвой головой посидеть и подумать.
The bear came back again, but this time Altai was outside and immediately started barking, which scared it away. The uploader believed it was a smaller brown bear. Personally, I don't think I would ever let my dog stay outside in an environment like that, especially after a bear had already approached the hut. But from his perspective, having Altai outside meant the dog could alert him much sooner and potentially give him those extra seconds to react. He stayed awake for the rest of the night, occasionally looking out the window to see if the bear would return. But thankfully, it never came back and the dog was fine. When morning finally arrived, he went outside the hut and continued working around the area as if nothing had happened. But what do you think he could have done differently to avoid this situation in the first place? Could he have prevented the bear from approaching the hut? Ryan Cooling is a man who enjoys fishing, camping, and spending time outdoors. He also does some occasional hunting and films his adventures, which he then posts on his YouTube channel. In this particular video, he was hiking along a mountain trail, simply minding his own business, when he says that a mountain lion suddenly sneaked up behind him. He began recording while the mountain lion remained nearby, watching him the entire time. And honestly, seeing a mountain lion that close while you're alone on a trail is absolutely terrifying.
Can you guys believe that? There was a mountain lion just walked up to me and just bedded down beside me. This is insane. I do have my bear spray ready, so if something happens, it's go time, but I don't want to run away too quick.
No matter how far away Ryan tried to get, the mountain lion continued watching him, never taking its eyes off him.
Well, I still got my bear spray out with the cap off, so it's too bad. I wanted to go up there and check things out. So I kind of thought that might happen. He walked away, sort of side-hilled away from me. And he's gone up and he's circled around. He's got the high ground on me and he's looking down on me. I imagine he's a whole lot more comfortable up there. I stopped to set up a camera and I messed around for about 15 minutes going back and forth, just sort of trying to get the angle and the spot and position, everything right to get the best videos that I possibly could. And that one time I walked back and I was just adjusting the camera over like an inch and I heard a very small stick snap behind me. And I spun around and there's this mountain lion like 10 feet behind me. Just came straight in behind me like on a string. And now if that was a bigger mature animal, that would have been over. Like that thing would have snuck in right on top of me and jumped on my back and that would have been it. So
It's honestly so scary to think that these animals can sneak up on you without you even realizing they're there. Imagine if Ryan hadn't heard that stick break. Do you think the mountain lion would have attacked? It wasn't the biggest cat, but it still would have been extremely dangerous. I love how it just gave up the moment Ryan saw it, so nonchalant, almost like, yeah, you see me, I could have killed you, but I don't want to. Totally not because it messed up by stepping on a stick. Look, it's pretty clear that you should always keep an eye on your surroundings when you're out in the wilderness. And another important thing is carrying bear spray. But if you've been watching me for a few months, you already know that because I've probably said it about 100 times by now. Crazy encounter, and Ryan was incredibly lucky to walk away from it completely unharmed. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed these kinds of videos, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. You can also turn on the bell so you'll get notified whenever I post. And if you want to keep watching, click on one of the videos on the screen. I'm sure you'll enjoy those too.